do you want a bad guy? Say, do you want a bad guy? Say, do you want a fly guy? Say, do you want a fly guy?
Alarm off. Kettle on. Turn this up. Sun peeking through the curtains, we already in gear. Whole town tuned in, bring your coffee over here. Dial locked in, yeah, you know how we do. It's the community wake up with news you can use. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. Charles got the headline straight, never hollow. Damali got the game plan, moves you can follow. Traffic and the weather, what's popping at the school. From the block to the boardroom, we keep you in the loop. Yeah. Community wake up morning show. Charles and Damali on the go. News you can use right here, right now. We break it down, put it in your lifestyle. From the front porch to the car hustle, keep it light, keep it real, keep the hometown muscle. Turn it up, let the whole crew know you rockin' with the community wake up morning show.
Welcome to the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali. Good morning. I'm Damali.
And I'm Charles.
And we're here to deliver you news you can use, culture, conversation, and the moves community that moves community forward every morning.
Yep. Today, our theme is wellness and wholeness. We will be providing listeners with the valuable information about
wellness and wholeness.
And what it means is community. The goal is to inform, empower, and connect community.
That's right. So a stronger, smarter, and more engaged community is what we're aiming for. So we're going to set the tone by speaking up. Yep. Good morning, Charles. How you doing?
You know what? I'm doing good. You know what? This is a different kind of hump day.
Yeah.
Getting over the hump a little bit earlier. But I'm cool with it again today when I was out rolling, coming in. You know what I mean? The community wake up. This is our third day. Extremely excited about it. The response, Damali, I'm feeling the love in my heart. People from all over. Yesterday we had Japan.
Yeah.
We had China. We had Africa. We had Arkansas. We had Mississippi. We had Louisiana. We had Texas. We had Cali. And we had some secret listeners.
God, we saw y'all
from all over the place. And we love y'all, absolutely. But I'm feeling pretty good on this hump day. We're in the middle of the week. What about you, Damali?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good as well. I mean, it's going good, so I can't complain. This is the midweek reset.
Come on.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about wellness. And we're defining that as the ongoing practice of caring for your mind, body, soul, and spirit so you can live, function, and thrive, not just survive. We're also going to define wholeness as being complete and integrated. When your mind, body, emotions, and spirit are aligned, none of you is ignored.
Hey, that's the balancing factor right there.
That's mind, the balancing factor.
Body, soul, and spirit.
Yes.
And I can say this, Damali, all too often, I don't care how old you get, sometimes it's hard to balance that part of life out.
It is.
Whether it's kids, caring for a loved one, or experiencing something health-wise in your own life. I'm glad we're talking about this today because health is wealth. And we want to make sure that we don't work and make a whole lot of money just to have a health crisis and got to turn around and shell all that money right back in there.
Absolutely.
For all that you worked hard of. So we got to take care of ourselves better. Damali, especially in our community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what we're going to be talking about. That's what we're going to be sharing today. So are you ready for our morning affirmation?
I am.
I got a good one today.
You got a good one today?
I'm ready today. Yes.
Let's go with it.
Okay. So our morning affirmation for day 3 is, and let's calm down. Let's get into a good space. Kind of woosah.
Bring it down.
Bring it down just a little bit.
Okay.
Our morning affirmation today is, I am resilient by design. My ancestors survived what was meant to break them, and so will I. What that means is, resilience isn't something that you learned. It's something built inside of you. It's like your DNA, your spirit, your story. You were shaped by struggle, perseverance, and adaptation long before you were born. It suggests that you don't break easily. You recover, adjust, and keep moving. Strength is part of your identity, not just a temporary mood. When we say my ancestors survived what was meant to break them, that reaches backward into history, which is so fitting because this is Black History Month, right?
Right.
It honors the people who came before you, family, culture, and community who endured oppression, violence, displacement, poverty, discrimination, and systematic injustice. The phrase, what was meant to break them, acknowledges that many of those hardships weren't accidental. They were intentional systems and circumstances designed to crush hope, dignity, and survival. But your ancestors lived anyway.
Yeah.
They loved anyway.
Yeah.
They built anyway.
Preach.
They dreamed anyway. I told you I was ready today.
Pastor Damali, give it
yes,
for Bishop Apostle Damali, the fivefold ministry.
Right.
Let me tell you something. I love that we do the morning affirmation, because let me tell you something. It's good to be balanced.
Yes.
In your body before you take off into this world. Because, you know, when you open that door and leave out, you don't know.
Have no idea
what you're going to run into. So I think it's good to have your continents together.
Yes.
And be ready for it, because no matter what somebody may say or do, you meet them with a smile.
Yeah.
You said it, meet them with love.
Yes.
You meet them with what's inside of you, because somebody going to affect the other one.
Yeah.
So either you're going to make me mad or I'm going to make you happy.
Yeah.
And we're going to choose happy on the wake up.
Absolutely.
That's why we're glad y'all tuned in with us this morning. Molly, that was awesome.
Yes, absolutely. So today, this is our personal vow. What we're saying is, if they made it through that, I can make it through this.
Right.
Okay. I carry their strength forward, and my survival is part of a legacy that's not just a solo battle. It's not a denial of pain. It's a refusal to be destroyed by it.
That's it, huh?
Okay. So we're ready today. Y'all ready?
I think another good thing about that too, Damali, is I think we got a little bit more of that. We got the residue from our grandparents and our parents. I feel like we got to do better getting this to our youth.
Yes.
I think we got to do a little bit better helping them to understand that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? How we got to love, because when we were young, you know how we dealt with situations. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody said something smart, we get the ice sickle stick and put that on your shoulder. And see, that's how we dealt with. We didn't have the guns.
Yeah.
And then always
popsicle stick.
The popsicle stick. Yeah. Right. You put that or a limb or a leaf anywhere on somebody's shoulder. And if you knock that off,
double dog dare you.
It's going down. But guess what? Down. We both get a little dusty.
Right.
But we get up. Now y'all hug it out because we will bring love back to the thing. Now you barely look at somebody and they get trigger happy on you.
I know, right?
I said, you out there going to get that missile.
Yes.
Put the missiles up, y'all. In 2026. I want to ask y'all to consider having your kids listen to the show with you, because we're going to try to find a way to bridge that gap between generations, because this is not just about us when we say wake up. Exactly. This is about our seniors, ourselves, and our young ones coming together so we can unify and do better, because we're going to need to do that in 2026.
We absolutely are. And so I love morning affirmation as well, because it just kind of gets you into a space of loving. Because we got to love more. Yeah.
Can I go to the live for a little bit?
Yeah, you can.
Man, Damali, we already got 700 and some people. We closing in on 1,000 already. That means the people woke up. We didn't know how long, but by hump day. Because normally it take about 30 minutes for people to get up. Is that Charles and Damali? Yeah. Is that Charles' voice?
Kind of think about it.
Yeah. We up. We're gonna say Mr. Ahmad is on.
Hey, how are you?
In.
Good morning.
The J-Bone Lounge is up.
What's up, AJ? You got your coffee?
He got his coffee, and the afro.
Okay.
It's flexing. I can feel the juices and berries going into the afro early in the morning. Anna Marie Baker.
What's up, sister?
She said, hey, family, thanks for tuning in with us. Mom is up.
Hey, mommy.
And moving. Welcome to the show, Mom. Then we got Uncle Brian.
What's up, Uncle Brian?
That said, acknowledge me. King Brian. You have been acknowledged. Sister Teresa's on. Good morning, sister. My uncle, the one and the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chester Ray Ford, tuning in from
Uncle
Arkansas.
Chess.
My Arkansas family's in the house, man. I feel the love. We got a huge amount of secret listeners. Damali, I've been running into secret listeners all over the place.
I know, right?
They be saying, Charles, stop being so disrespectful. I said, I didn't feel like I've been being disrespectful. Right. I just want to acknowledge you and just know that it's okay to come on the live. We're not going to say too much. All we're going to do is show you a little bit of love.
Exactly.
That's all we're going to do. I'm excited about the show today, though. So
I am too.
I will ask y'all to click share right now, because we always going to get into some good stuff when we're talking about wellness and wholeness. I think this might be one of our most important topics.
Absolutely today. Yeah. Health, anything that has to do with health is always a positive thing. So right now it is 10 past the hour. We're doing pretty good today, not as good as yesterday. We're starting out at 31 degrees and we're moving on up to 47. Yesterday got into the 50s, so I was loving it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get pretty close. So now this morning, you see, I just got this on. Now driving over here, I turned on the air 2 times, and then I turned on the heat 2 times. So I don't know about y'all
confused
in the car, because in the car it's kind of humid. So I don't know, and if you get humidity, that's the thing I don't like. Yes. So I'll turn on the air,
let down the window, let the window up.
I don't know what to do. Yeah. So y'all find a way to stay healthy out there, because the flu is coming around and it got many different strands and a lot of people getting sick, y'all. So hey, wash them hands, get you a little bit of distance, and if somebody cough, I'm talking about they got allergies. See, I don't trust people with allergies. Now,
don't do that, because I got allergies.
Is that really allergy? Oh, that's my allergies. No, see, I got to find a better way to be able to gauge whether that is allergies, COVID, or the flu,
or what?
Because all coughs sound the same, to Brother Harper. But anyway, I'm just playing with y'all. I know allergies are definitely bad here in Tulsa, but I don't. What, you have allergies?
I do.
So you tell the people, local, national, and international, what the difference is.
Well, you got to know your body. So you got to know your body first and foremost. And that's another thing that Dr. Perdue talks to us about. So mine are seasonal. But I take a allergy pill every single day to kind of regulate.
What you take?
I take Zyrtec.
Zyrtec works.
Hey, Zyrtec, y'all ought to give us a contract, because I support.
You just gave me a shout out. Y'all give us a call.
Okay, right.
When you say seasonal, what does that mean? Or what is your season?
So actually, spring and fall, which is weird.
Ooh, yeah.
Spring and fall, but every now and again, something will happen that'll trigger me. Whether it's I'm cleaning in some kind of dust or something. So then that's why I just take a allergy pill every day, and that just kind of regulates me.
Yeah, so. if y'all on the live, do y'all deal with these allergy things too? Because it sounds like your allergies are triggered about things coming in, meaning blooming, and then things going out. Yeah. So either way it goes,
it got to get stable.
Any movement messes with you,
right? But then forward or backwards, it bothers me.
But wintertime and summertime,
I do
typically you're doing pretty good. So all you people out there with allergies, y'all let us know, because them allergies, like I say, that thing is a little suspicious.
And sometimes perfume, like different perfumes and colognes, depending on what they are, there's something in it that triggers.
I know what my allergy is.
What is it?
P-funk. See, if I smell funk, I know that's what I'm saying. Some get a little musty. Yeah. I think that triggers my allergies, because then I get to sneezing and coughing and running.
No, that's called I can't take it.
That's called take a bath. But when it get a little musty around me, that's what triggers my allergies. I want to let y'all know now, because a lot of people have been reaching out. We are live on KBOB 89.9 FM. Yes. We are live on NYCU.FM. So if you're listening to us on the phone or on your laptop, if you decide to jump in the car, get your phone. Just go to the Google, and put in NYCU.FM. You should see it pop up. It'll be a button. You click play. You can Bluetooth it into your car. So if you roll into Dallas, Texas, across country to Cali or something, you can take us with you while you go. Also, we live on YouTube.
Yes.
The official World One Development news you can use.
Right. My older sister Teresa said, "Don't do us with allergies."
I'm trying not to, Teresa. I'm just saying I don't be knowing when they be coming in. Eyes be watering. I said, that look like the flu, sneezing. That's COVID.
You silly.
I'm gonna do better.
Look, your brother Donnie said he takes Zyrtec every day too.
Hey, little bro, you didn't tell me about that. Okay. I was thinking when you was down here that you were sniffling a little bit. I was watching you too. I said, that's the COVID right there. No, I'm just playing, little bro. Thank you for tuning in. Look, Japan is back.
Okay, they're back.
Man, they reached out yesterday and said, I love your show, but it was in a different language. So I translated it.
Oh, you did?
See, that's why AI is important. Say, we love the Wake Up in Japan. I'm like, tell all your people, we might come over there, figure out some dances that you do.
I love Asian experiences. So, hey.
We saying all that to say that we love y'all. Y'all click share on this. Let's get down to the real deal Holyfield. Let's go.
So this segment is sponsored by Theater North. So we don't want you guys to miss out on the play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. So we have a drop that's going to explain to you a little bit more about this program.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play, Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
Community Wake Up with your boy Charles Harper and
Damali Wilson.
And we live right here in studio. Live on KBOB 89.9 FM, live on NYCU.FM, live on YouTube, the official World One Development news you can use. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, locking in with us, Theater North. Shout out to Miss Maybelle Wallace.
Yes,
I'm going to get out there and see that stage play. Yeah. So we appreciate everybody that's tuning in, local, national, and internationally. We got a couple thousand people on with us already, Damali.
Yes.
I'm excited about getting over the hump.
Yes.
Let's go.
So today we're talking about wellness and wholeness.
Yes.
So this show is going to be centered around, and these are things. So once again, we are laying the foundation about what we're going to be talking about and what this show is going to be about morning after morning after morning after morning.
Right.
We're helping you to wake up, in more than one way. So today we're doing the health update. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening in health right now, both here in Oklahoma and across the country, and what it means for you and your loved ones.
Right.
So first, here in Oklahoma, the Oklahoma State Department has confirmed Oklahoma's first measles case of 2026.
God. Yeah.
With a possible public exposure in Norman. So if you are in Norman and you are not feeling well, go to the doctor.
Be careful. Did you ever deal with the measles growing up?
I think I had the measles when we were younger. What about you?
I was in the bed sleep.
Oh, God.
Minding my own black-owned business.
Donnie, here we go.
No, I'm talking about my bro. He can confirm it. I'm laying down asleep. All I feel coming on my face is sardine juice. And I smell it. What is that?
What is that?
I'm being true. But so when you have the measles at home, they put your sardine. Do you know about sardines?
I don't. Mama, do you know anything about sardines?
Hey, look, somebody on the line from the old school, if you're down in the South, do you know, and when you get measles, it's the sardine stuff they put on your face?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I had the measles. See, did you have them?
I think my brother had the measles. I don't think I had the measles. I don't know. Mama, did I have the measles? I'm not really sure.
Trust me. If you had them, you would know.
Oh, I would know.
Yeah,
well, maybe not.
Unless you was really, really young.
I think my brother did.
But be careful, because you remember last year they were saying it was going to be a big measles outbreak. Mm-hmm. And it never did really transpire that way. But you remember they were saying it could become really, really bad. So shout out to whoever blocked that.
Right.
Because I was running from the sardine cans when I seen them coming. So be careful in Norma. Be careful in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So what they're saying is health officials say that the measles spread very easily, especially among people who are unvaccinated or unsure of their immunity. Symptoms can include fever, cough, runny nose, red eyes, and a rash.
Yeah, I'm traumatized just by you saying that. I'm having flashbacks right now because I'm telling the measles, man, they hang with you, So I hope that you have been vaccinated for it. Well, most have.
Yeah, most have.
But if not, if you have these symptoms, stay at home, please.
Right.
Because it's very, very contagious.
So what they're saying is if you think you may have been exposed or aren't vaccinated, monitor your health and contact a healthcare provider before going in person. This is a reminder that vaccinations protect not just individuals, but the whole community. Remember, we're about the community, the community wake up, especially babies and seniors and people with weakened immune systems.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh, what's that?
Your mama said you had the measles.
I had the measles?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. So your mama said, tell Damali to say what had happened was. Because I can tell, because you're not good when you're sick. So I was sure if the measles got on you and you had a fever and headache and running nose,
I'm down.
And you probably checked out and said, Mom, I'm in a small coma.
Right. Man down.
I can see. I can see that happen. Mama, thanks for confirming that. That's a beautiful, And Teresa said, my dad loves sardines.
It would be our dad.
Our dad?
Yes.
Who the oldest?
Me. She's the oldest right now.
Sister, so she's much older than you. I'm sure much older.
By 6 months.
Let me tell you something. If you don't know, sardines are extremely healthy for you people that like to work out. If you think about a source of protein, get you some sardines. Let me ask y'all daddy, he had them crackers. You had them little crackers, throw the sardine on it. Yeah, I used to be working for the city.
You know what? I used to eat sardines a long time ago. Long time ago. I don't think I've had. When's the last time you had sardines?
Ooh, since the measles had me. Since the measles had me. No, here's the problem with the sardine. It's the smell.
Yeah.
So you got to find a way to eat the sardines and get to a piece of gum or some breath freshener.
Right. Real
before
fast.
You talk to somebody else. But definitely a good source of protein.
Yes.
It can get bad real quick.
Absolutely. Okay. So mental health focus in Oklahoma. Also on the state level, Oklahoma lawmakers are making mental health a major priority this legislative session. There are bills aimed at expanding crisis response services, addressing workforce shortages, and improving access to behavioral health care all across the state. So this could mean more resources, better crisis support, and expanded services for communities that have been under strain.
Right. I agree with that. The one thing I can say now, and I'm glad it's a lot more outspoken, is dealing with mental health issues in situations. Because a lot of times that was like taboo. You know, all you know is little Johnny is sitting in the corner and he won't talk. But you didn't know little Johnny was dealing with something.
Right.
You know, and then if you tried to get some help, guess what everybody would say? Oh, he crazy.
Yeah.
She crazy.
She's
so
crazy.
you was forced to suppress it if you was dealing with something mentally, because then you didn't want to be considered mentally unstable.
Exactly.
You know, and those kind of things. But let's say now, if you're dealing with any of those things, because you can be just fine in life. Let a parent pass away.
Man.
Lose a spouse.
Man.
Let something happen to your kid. Any of those things can trigger something in you that you didn't even know that could change your countenance forever. So we got to be there for each other. Because I know some people that kids passed away, and I can tell you now when I run into them, it's like they're not even there, to be honest. You know, you don't know. We all human, so you don't know what that thing is. And then our brothers that are like veterans and stuff, imagine going to war. You just grew up regular, hanging around your cousins, and now you're in the military, you're in the Marines, the Army, the Navy. You start seeing a couple of people get killed and bombs drop.
Right.
That changes.
Absolutely.
You know, because that is like really like not normal. So that's why I always just give a huge shout out. And I have a lot of love for our veterans because I feel like that's one area where you can deal with mental health situations, you know, and you know, when it fought for us, you know, we didn't have to go deal with it. You dealt with it for us so we could have a better quality of life. So we got to do better with that, Damali.
You know what? And along that same vein, I can remember when I think I was 19, 20. And I was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken here in downtown Tulsa. And we had a manager by the name of Jody. And she would always feed this homeless guy, a black gentleman, that she would always feed him, you know, after in the evenings. And I was like, you know, why are you doing that? So one day I just asked her, because that was against our policy
to do that.
And so what she said was this, along the vein of your point, that this particular gentleman was a prominent attorney here in town.
Wow.
He lost his wife and lost his children in an accident.
Man.
And that just sent him over the edge, and he was never the same again. But she knew him when he was an attorney. He used to come in to Kentucky all the time. And so, you know, just being a person from community, then she just, you know, feeds him, you know, fed him all the time. I don't know where he is now or if he's still around, but, you know, I always thought about that. Like, wow, you were at the top of your game in a, you know, very high stress profession, and that one incident just took you over the edge, you know, and now you're living on the streets and homeless, you know?
Yeah, and like Uncle Brian said on the live, that mental health should be a priority.
Absolutely.
Period. And I think it should, because if your mental is not right, then guess what? People shooting up schools, people shooting up jobs, people road raging, chasing folks, people grabbing their kids, throwing them in lakes. There's all kind of stuff happening. So we all got to wake up to that, like you said, Uncle Brian, and address and make sure we are all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So nationally, as far as health is concerned, across the U.S., health officials are reporting that there is a rise in measles cases all across the country, especially in areas where there are lower vaccination rates. Public health experts are warning that diseases once considered rare are now reappearing. And I think Uncle Brian is saying something about rubella. Let me see. What is he saying? He's saying rubella was dead for about 50 plus years until there was an anti-vaxxers came out against the vaccinations. And we need to get back to vaccinations and to having herd immunity. So
I'll say this, Damali. I'm just gonna call a spade to spade. We go as our leadership go, and all I know is when the new president got in office, he fired everybody. All the health people, all the air traffic controllers, all the people over our defense. Everybody get your stuff and just get out. You gotta remember, he fired like thousands of government employees. My question was this, Damali: what the heck is the replacements?
That part.
So here's the thing: I don't have a problem with what people decide to do, because when you're in that position, people voted you into that position. My issue would be the way you go about doing it. Have a plan. You know, at one time I was scared to fly. Because every morning I woke up, I'm like, how you gonna fire everybody that's dealing with aviation? And it's the same thing in this health space. Remember, it was a whole system. It was a whole unit that addressed this. They all got fired. So now when they say the measles and all these things is creeping around, you know, I equate it to letting everybody go. So who are the experts that's making sure we stay healthy? That's actually pretty scary when you think about it.
It is. It is.
Something around 50 years ago now is back.
Absolutely. AJ is saying, he said, my mom put sardine juice on a handkerchief and tied it under my neck while tying it at the top of my head to get rid of mumps.
Yeah, maybe it was mumps I had. Maybe mumps, measles, they cousins.
Yeah, they are. They all in the same family.
They all in the same family. Now, they didn't tie me up. Because now I don't know what's going on, because I can picture that. But I remember my jaw, so it was one. It might have been a month.
My brother had that too. I remember my brother's face.
While I'm talking, see, that's why we're talking about wellness and wholeness. Mumps and measles. We got to figure out the difference between the two. I had one of them, and I had the sardine, so I too probably had that.
Yeah. So this is why it matters in community. Health isn't just personal, it's collective. When preventable illnesses spread, schools are disrupted. You know, there is work days are missed, hospitals feel a strain, and vulnerable neighbors are put at risk. And when mental health systems are under-resourced, the impact shows up in families, schools, jails, and emergency rooms. So health reminder, stay up to date on routine vaccinations. Pay attention to local health alerts. Take mental health seriously for yourself and others, and seek care early when symptoms appear. Strong communities are built on healthy people. And that has been your health update.
Just like that, Damali. Great job. I'm going to tell you something that I think about mental health as well. Is, man, I'd be so afraid of all these medications. Because my first job, I worked in a facility, and all my kids was on all this Depakote and Ritalin and all this stuff. And they may be okay off just a little bit, but man, they would give them so much medication, Damali, they literally be sitting there like zombies.
Oh my.
The problem is after 3, 4, 5 years and you age out, then they take all the medications and send you to the streets.
Wow.
So what you gonna do with that? You've been on medication for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Now you 18, 19, they pull all, they didn't wing you off of it. We'll see you later.
Wow.
Now you out here in society trying to function. So is that their problem or is that our problem?
Well, I think it's both. You know, I mean, because it ends up creating a community problem.
You just said it's community, But I think that we have to have better transitional processes so that we don't, and that's a danger to everybody now. You done took somebody that has mental health issues, you got them on all this medication, and because they aged out of your system, you don't have no type of provision to help them transition out. And a lot of times they may go home to grandma or grandpa because things change, and then you look up on the news, young man kills grandma and grandpa. You know, so when I see those kind of things, because of me working in the space, I'm like, man, he probably was having some kind of mental health crisis. Didn't know, because let me tell you something, until you meet that thing head on, face to face, you don't know what it looked like, Damali. You be in KFC and somebody do something weird and you start talking noise to them, you don't even know. You are in danger. Because if that medication is gone, they gone. And there's no telling what they may do to you. Remember that day was in Taco Rhino.
Taco Bell.
One day me and Damali was in Taco Bell. I'm asking y'all on the live how y'all ever experienced anything. We sitting there eating. Now we minding our own business. We eating. I promise you, all of a sudden this guy about 6'7", probably 350 pounds. You know how you sit in the booth?
This is a true story.
Slammed his hands on the table and he was sweating.
And I was
and he wouldn't put his tongue back in his mouth, so I wasn't extra nervous. Now, I'm not making fun of that, but I'm just telling y'all how the story went. His tongue is out, he's sweating, and he was like, give me some money because I need to catch the Greyhound bus back to Oklahoma City. First of all, I don't know you, and I can't just give my money up like that. So what I told the guy is, look, man, if you hungry, I'll buy you something to eat. But to block 2 people in And to be 6'6", 350 pounds is nervous. And in my mind, I'm thinking, Taco Bell, did all the managers run in the back?
Right. Y'all, what are y'all doing?
Y'all didn't see this brother coming up to the table? But nevertheless, I told him, I said, look, man, I'm going to get you something to eat or something like that. But I could tell something was going on with him. But I was still nice. I didn't react too fast. Our voices didn't elevate. And then there was this other gentleman. We won't say their name. He was a fireman, and his wife came in. They see the guy talking to us. So they up there, they're going to try to hurry up and pay for their food and then run to their car and leave us hanging. And I don't know what kind of super speed this guy had. But they was running to the car. And right before they tried to close the door, this big sucker jumped right in there.
In the middle of the door, between the door and them.
All I heard the guy say was, ah! I said, oh, you know,
they got him.
You can be a man, but when something scares you, you scream like that anyway. And nevertheless, I don't know how that ended up being resolved. But at the same time, if you encounter a situation like that, I will say don't get belligerent. Be nice, be calm, because a person 6'6", 6'7", 350, unstable, can do some damage.
Absolutely.
Real
absolutely. Fast. I'm gonna go to the live real quick and see what we got. Uncle Brian said there are no replacements. When you said who's replacing the people with the jobs, there are no replacements. He said, and without the CDC and the USAID on guard, millions die every day worldwide.
Man.
AJ says Trump put in a Kennedy who we can't understand what he's saying because his voice sounds like
see that, AJ? Hold on, AJ. See that?
Stop it. This guy is in charge of our health. My sister Teresa said, just remember, we have RFK Jr. So that's what he's talking about.
Right.
An unqualified person as the head of health.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, hey. Uncle Brian said he takes 15 plus medications every day. It's horrible. That sounds horrible.
Right.
And I pray that I never get to that point because, honey, I don't know what I do because sometimes I forget to take my allergy pill. So, and that's just one pill. So I can't imagine taking 15.
Yeah, it's something. Damali and I was hosting Juneteenth this year, and one of the guys, who was it that went up there? Who was the lead artist, the lead group? They was jamming too.
I can't remember.
Nope. We'll come back to anyone. One of the leaders in the group, he right before he went on stage, one of the other artists screamed, "Hey, did you take your medication?" Zap. So Zap, how could I forget Zap?
Right.
Is Zap going up on stage, and the guy was clean. They got all these costumes on like they pirates. But this guy said, "Man, hold my medication." He said, "Charles, hold my medication." He gave me that. It looked like a treasure chest or something. Man, I'm telling you, the thing, it was a white box with stuff in it. It looked like a dresser drawer or something, a mini dresser drawer. And it has so many pills in it. And I was thinking about you, Uncle Brian, and the thing about it, I know you have to be careful as to how you take that. But he had at least like 15. Now, the guy looked like he was in great health. But the people was concerned, but he didn't take his medication yet. And I held it, and I said, man, well, let's get through this performance. Zap, he was high-stepping and moving, you know. But anyway, to Uncle Brian's point, 15 different medications. Imagine the different things you're dealing with that. So imagine if somebody just took those medications away. Like AJ say, now that's why millions die, you know, and that's because of access.
Absolutely. All right, so it is 33 past the hour, 35 degrees outside here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so we're going to talk about safety just for a little bit.
Safety for a little bit?
Just a little bit. We're going to give you the safety update. So right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and across Oklahoma and nationally, we're going to talk about what safety means for everyday life. So here in Tulsa, city leaders and the Tulsa Police Department continue focusing on reducing gun violence, responding to domestic violence, and preventing youth-involved conflict. Most violent incidents remain targeted, meaning people often know each other. It's not random acts involving strangers, which a lot of people think that when that's really not it. You know, it's really personal conflict. So there are no citywide emergencies, but staying alert, communicating, and looking out for one another still matters. Tulsa is also putting more emphasis on community policing, neighborhood meetings, prevention and intervention programs, and the goal is to stop problems before they even escalate.
Yeah, I would say one of the basic things when you think about quality of life is at least feeling safe.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm glad what we're talking about. One, if you're healthy, and then two, you feel safe, not just for yourself, but for your family. You know, kids got to go away to school. You got to go make things. But I think the worst thing is to be in your house and you're hearing gunshots ringing out, people screaming and fussing and fighting. You know, you can't really, it's hard to settle down when you have those kind of things going on. So I'm glad that we have in Tulsa a situation where we're trying to address that.
Yeah, before it even starts.
Yeah, because you at least want to know that somebody care.
Right.
Because sometimes you can, because I done lived in the projects. You ever live in the projects?
When I was little. Little.
Yeah, and when you live in the projects, anything is available.
Right.
You know, because we all, if you didn't live in the projects, you at least had some cousins in the projects.
Right.
And when you go to the projects, your mama would say, now, you know, when you go see your cousin, you got to find a way to survive.
Right.
Because when you get there.
And just that disclaimer alone lets you know it's a problem.
You get to the projects and you can't even mind your own business. The first thing somebody going to ask you, brother, what you looking at? I want to just speak. Shut up. Don't speak to me. Because I'm speaking. And next thing you know, you got this all-out brawl going on. So I always realized anytime I went to the project, I knew at minimum 2 fights was going to be coming up.
Yeah.
You know, no problem with the projects. I done lived in the projects, but I'm just saying we got to find a way to get along better.
Exactly. So across Oklahoma, a few safety concerns continue to stand out. Traffic safety remains a big one. The Oklahoma Department of Public Safety reports that serious crashes are often linked to speeding, distracted driving, and impaired driving. Dang. One of the biggest risks many families face daily is actually on the road. Right. Isn't that crazy?
Right. Let's go to the live. You want to go to the live? I see a couple messages in. Let me give some quick shout outs first. Okay. Bro, I appreciate you tuning in so much. I had texted my uncle. I said, man, y'all go ahead and wake up with the community Wake Up with Charles and Damali, but also my cousin Pearlie, she's tuned in. She said, cuz, you were cool in that situation. Look, cousin, I was as cool as I could possibly be, but when he was 6'6", 350, that kept me cool.
Right.
A lot had to do with his size.
I don't know what's about to happen.
At the same time, you know, we got to work together.
Yes. I see Donnie says, my daughter blew at a car at a traffic light because they did not go fast enough when the light changed. I told her that she ain't got hands and she is too young to carry. So she is too young to carry. I need to pull this closer so I can see. So patience is her best friend and not road rage. Nothing happened, but I always carry. So would have been a good day that day. LOL.
Now let me say this, because we got people tuning in from Africa, Japan, and China. When you say here you don't have hands, in a way that means you can't fight. Right. You don't know how to get your dukes up. You don't know how to swing. You don't know how to protect yourself. Now, to my niece Amaria, I didn't say that. Your daddy said it. But at the same time, that's a good point. Yeah. And that's the beauty of having that dad that have some wisdom. Because I talked about that yesterday. Bro, you weren't on yesterday. But just yesterday, I talked about, I was at a red light, you know, and then it turned green. You know, I'm trying to get to it. So I'm just going to blow to say, not even an aggressive blow. It was a friendly blow. Like, beep, beep, bump, bump, you know, just to say it's time to go. Bro, how about the person got a gun and pointed it at me? Yeah. You know, and said some choice words and drove off. And I was like, oh my God. So now you're like, man, did I just see my life flash before me just because I'm trying to tell somebody to go? So out here, y'all, let's be less hateful. Damali, why people out here angry driving? I have no idea. I didn't even see people throw stuff at people's cars. I know. You know, because you cut me off. So when we get to that next stoplight, I'm throwing this bottle at your car. You're like, what? Sometimes let's just get back to the basic, people. It's a blessing just to have a car. That part. Do you know how happy you were when you first started driving? Yes. If you need to find something to be happy about, be blessed that when you're in the car, because you notice when you driving, people walking, you know, people sitting that's homeless, people's on the bus, people riding bikes that don't have a car like you. Yeah. So you're going to be just fine in your car, and your car will protect you. But stop rolling your windows down, flipping people off, and doing all that unnecessary stuff. Because mental health is real. So you might think that you crazy, but somebody else might be just a little bit. Yeah. More on the other side. Let me tell you, my issue is that texting and driving. That's what Uncle Brian is saying. He's saying texting and driving is the number one killer of especially young drivers. Yeah. How you do with texting and driving? I try not to do any texting. Like if I get to a stoplight, then I may look at my phone if it beeps or something, you know, or if I'm expecting, you know, somebody to text me, you know, to tell me if they're at a meeting or something like that. But I try to set my phone down, you know, just not mess with my phone while I'm driving. And can I say this? If we got cell phones, y'all, because I think sometimes people be blowing people's phone up. If you don't know what that means, call and somebody's phone too much. Back to back. Don't call people. It should be a law that you only can call somebody twice and stop. Y'all stop calling people 15, 20 times in a row.
Because I get annoyed. Now, that's when I get angry.
Right.
It's like, what do you want? Why are you calling me so many times?
Right.
But like, hey, I was just calling to see how you was doing. 15 times in a row?
Yeah, that texting and driving. Now, I used to do it a little bit more, but anybody that be texting and driving has almost had an accident or has had one because them cars be closing so fast. And I think when everybody's doing 80, it seems like everybody's going really slow when you're going really fast. I had a flat one day, Damali on the BA Expressway, and had to get out the car.
Yeah, that's
when you realize how fast we getting it in them cars.
Your car, the wind from
the
cars.
I must have jumped out that car so fast because it was like boom, the car was shaking and trembling. Then when I got out, I was scared to even be close to the car. So just understand that when you're going even 30 miles per hour, you flying. Yeah. But when you're out here doing 70 and 80 and 90, you're gonna close in on something really so fast. You're gonna go from time to eternity.
Just like quick.
That. Just like that. You're not even gonna know you dead. You're just gonna hit something and keep floating.
Right.
I'm on my way to the Lord.
Right.
So as much as you can, wait till you get to a stop sign, to a stoplight. Just drive to Arrive Alive. They're gonna be okay for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't risk your life.
Anna Marie said we are making her feel guilty. What do we do, sis?
Hey, don't be that's texting and driving, you know what I mean? And sometimes this is what I'll do. If I'm riding with somebody, then I tell them to text the person for me. If I see it come up, and a lot of times it's so high def now. You got all this technology. When you see it, let your person that's riding with you text for you. I do that a lot of times. Hey, text the person back, tell them I call them later, something like that. But
so Uncle Brian says that his Jeep has hands-free driving when it comes to answering phone calls, which my car does too, hands-free. So that way I don't have to touch anything other than a button on my steering wheel.
And then you have the voice thing as well, right?
Yeah.
Where you can just automatically go, hey, text them back. Shut up and leave me alone. No, I'm just saying.
And so my daughter, on her car, she actually drives, so she does a lot of Uber driving and stuff like that. And her text message comes on when she's driving. If you send her a text, her car automatically texts you back and say, I'm driving.
That's the auto thing.
That auto thing. Yeah. So, but just be mindful of that.
When I see that, I'll be mad. I don't even like it. I text somebody and it's like, shut up, I'm driving. I'll call you back when I got time. I'm like, you better call me back right now. Text me now.
Right.
But nevertheless, what Damali is saying and what we saying on Community Wake Up is wake up and be more careful when you drive and don't be texting. Man, look, now, when you're driving, can we talk about this a little bit?
Okay, let's talk about
it. Now, how do y'all put on y'all makeup while y'all driving? That's what I want. Y'all do your hair, makeup?
I don't do makeup.
Girl, I be driving. Women can do it.
But I do. I see people doing it.
I see women driving with their leg, putting their makeup on, doing their hair. And in my mind, I'm thinking that is so amazing. I see Sunday driving.
That is so amazing.
They reading the newspaper on their stereo.
Now, I have seen people doing that and reading a book. I saw a guy with a whole book. And I'm like, really?
Stop it.
Yes.
This is a car that you're
driving.
I think it was a guy in Tulsa a few years ago. He crashed and died. He was eating a cheeseburger.
Oh, Lord.
Now, everybody want to eat a little bit while they drive, but I'm just saying, you got to be careful. But I always wondered, I'm like, women, you haven't been driving at least putting lipstick on.
No.
None of that. No. Kudos to you.
No.
I see that every morning.
I get ready before I leave the house.
I thought women get ready on their way to work.
Some women do, but I don't.
Well, y'all be careful out there.
Yeah. So another thing in Oklahoma, domestic violence and firearm related incidents are also a major focus statewide. Advocates continue pushing for early intervention, survivor support, and mental health resources. Now, the national trend, safety conversations can continue around gun violence, safety in public spaces, which that's a big one.
Man.
And then emergency preparedness. The Federal Bureau of Investigations notes that while some cities are seeing drops in violent crimes, others are seeing increases. The trend is uneven, not the same everywhere. So safety looks different from city to city, which is why local awareness matters. Officials also continue encouraging situational awareness at large events, schools, and public gatherings. Not panic, just paying attention. So make sure with these more extreme weather, let's talk about preparedness in part for safety. With more extreme weather and power outages nationwide, emergency preparedness is also being treated as a safety issue.
Right.
This means knowing where to get local alerts, having basic emergency plans, and checking in on seniors and vulnerable neighbors. Do you have an emergency safety plan?
Run. I mean, if some, no, You know, that's what black people do. We run first and we ask questions later. So my emergency plan, I just run to get a safe distance and then like, what happened? What happened? That's my emergency plan. You know, you can I don't even know the difference between the 12 o'clock whistle and a tornado siren. I just run a little bit.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday, every day. That 12 o'clock, I'd be like, in my mind, I'm heading to the tornado shelter. You know, so I got to get my stuff together.
Listen, so in Tulsa,
right,
every Wednesday at 12 o'clock noon, they test our emergency sirens. Every Wednesday. So I don't know why Charles is still running because he's been here for 25 years and they've done it every Wednesday.
I didn't know. Didn't nobody tell me. I've been in Tulsa for 25 years. Y'all wrong for that. Didn't nobody tell me that every Wednesday y'all test the emergency system. So every Wednesday I've been about to have a panic attack.
Right.
That's Tulsa, Oklahoma, because I'm running, grabbing my stuff. I'm in the tub with a blanket over me because I'm thinking. Because you know, Oklahoma weather will change on you.
It will change on you now, for real.
I'm just reacting to what I hear. I'm going to go back to what my cousin said on the live. She said that when people are driving and looking back, talking to someone in the back seat.
Oh, I hate that too.
I don't even want you to drive and look at me. I don't even, you know how you're the passenger seat. They want to talk to you. Like, can you please talk to me, but you don't got to look at me.
Yeah, just
to talk.
Look that way.
Stay focused.
Right.
You know, and I do it a little bit too. And then some people, and here's another thing. Have y'all ever been riding with somebody and they get their phone, say, hey, look at this right here, cuz.
He like,
I'm on the highway doing 80. Well, look at this video. How? I can't look at you. Wait. So I just think sometimes we just forget.
Yeah.
Because we are human. What we doing, that's why we saying today, we're trying to give each of us safety tips, local, national, international, because we are so tired of losing people to senseless accidents at home, at work, at school, in their car.
Absolutely.
And all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So
AJ says every Wednesday at 12 noon, they test emergency whistle here in Arkansas as well. So you should know this.
I was young when I was in Arkansas.
Oh.
So I was asleep.
You missed it.
I would miss that. I didn't know.
You was in school.
Oh, I was in school. I was somewhere. Yeah. I just didn't pay no attention. So now let's just, if somebody's like me, every Wednesday, at least in Oklahoma and in Arkansas, they're going to test the emergency at noon.
Yes. Oh, God.
I know.
Okay, so safety isn't just about law enforcement. It's about strong families, healthy communities, mental and emotional wellness, prevention and preparedness. So communities that talk, connect, and intervene early are often safer communities.
Right.
So that's where we want to be. So safety reminders. Make sure you lock your doors and vehicles. Drive attentively.
Right.
Address conflict early. Use local resources and hotlines, and look out for one another, because strong communities protect themselves by staying connected. Now, this has been your safety update.
Let me tell you something, Damali. I think we grew up in a time, I think we did. We kind of the same age group. You did not have to lock the doors to your car.
Oh, yeah.
You did not have to lock the doors to your house. We could sleep on the porch. We could you just didn't have to think about that. And Damali, what you're saying now is what we had when you go back in the day.
Yeah.
We didn't have to do all of that.
That's true.
You know, the kids and everybody, the doors are open, windows are open, the fan is in the window. You don't have to lock the door. The keys to the car. Yeah. When you have to get in the car, you have to get the keys. The keys are already in the car.
Yeah.
But somewhere along the line, that went away. I'm not sure exactly when. I guess I don't know. I don't know exactly when, but it's still a change because we are creatures of habit.
Right.
So right now, there's no way I would get out of my car, because you be thinking when you out, man, I'm gonna run in and grab something real quick.
I ain't leave my car running.
Don't leave your car running nowadays. No. That's the main way people lose their vehicles. And right now, can you imagine leaving your door unlocked?
Nope.
Or your window up at home with a fan? Any of those things?
Nope.
Now I would be.
You know what? I hardly ever even open my windows. Now I can remember, even as a younger adult,
right?
Like on Saturdays I would clean and we'd open up the windows and have music playing while I'm cleaning the house. I don't even do that anymore.
Let me ask you this: have you, when you think about these safety tips, what are some things maybe you have experienced where you're glad that you took your keys out your car or your house, or somebody tried to do something? So have you ever experienced something where you felt like these safety tips benefit you?
So I remember one time I live in Owasso, and I, typically nothing happens in Owasso, but for some reason there were people going around checking the handles on people's car doors.
Yeah.
Well, for number one, I always try to put my car in the garage, but this particular day I left my car outside in the driveway.
Right.
But I lock my car doors.
Right.
All the other neighbors they get in their cars and all their stuff is ransacked, and people done went through, took all their change out, and whatever. And they figured it was probably kids that did it. But my car, it was like, did anybody get in your car? I'm like, no, my car was locked.
I know. And see, that's why you got to warn people and let people know. So I remember this is like in 2001. My family all came down for Thanksgiving and my siblings and stuff. They left their car doors unlocked. And we was in the house. And then they started going, hey, man, somebody. I said, y'all ain't got no more change left.
It's all gone.
Because those are like what you call crime opportunities. You got kids, they're just looking for a cigarette. They're looking for a cell phone, a laptop, whatever you want to donate to your car insurance cards. I don't know what they're going to do with that. But anything you got, shades, now they got your shades on the next day, smoking your cigarettes and all that kind of stuff. So if you come to a city, that could be a little different than the country, then you definitely have to lock your doors, definitely at night. You may be okay during the day coming and going, but when you're down for the night, you definitely want to lock your doors.
You want to make sure. Yeah. So now we're going to move into the family update. And we're going to check on what's happening that affects families. So here in Oklahoma and around the nation. So Oklahoma leaders are putting more attention on supporting families where they are. The state is working to create a school choice hub, a centralized place where families can learn about education options for their children, including public, charter, and other learning environments. This is meant to help parents make informed decisions about what works best for their child without having to search multiple places for information. So Oklahoma is also strengthening their family support network that connects parents and caregivers to parenting resources, early intervention support, and community-based services. The goal is prevention and helping families to stay strong before they reach a crisis point. And I think that is so pivotal and so critical for every community, not just, here for us in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think if you don't plan for success, you plan to what? To fail. So just having those practices in place, then you automatically know what to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Versus trying to figure it out and everybody panicking, everybody running all over the place. Now you have a plan, something that you practice, and you have a place where you can get that. It makes me think about something like CPR.
Yeah.
It's good when you know CPR. Imagine how many people would still be alive if somebody in the house knew CPR. When somebody's choking on something.
Yes.
Imagine you're in a restaurant or places like that, and then nobody know how to do the Heimlich. Nobody. So now this person gonna sit here and die because nobody's trained in something simple that can save somebody's life. So I'm glad that Oklahoma and hopefully in some of the other states, they're putting things in place because that help families safe,
So what they're saying is nationally, families across the country are raising the same concerns about childcare. Polls show that strong bipartisan agreement that childcare is too expensive. Access is limited and the pressure on parents is real. Many families say that childcare costs are affecting their mental health, their ability to work, and their long-term financial stability. That's one of the reasons why I never left Tulsa. Because I needed my village to help me with my kids. And shout out to my mom who's on watching us. My mom was, the after school line. I didn't know nothing about the after school line. No, but my mom was there.
Yeah, let me add this too, Damali. This is where we're talking about getting back to community. So even if you do live in a different state, when you have community, you can get back to helping each other. But if don't nobody trust nobody, then you can't help each other. In our community where we live, they helped us because we had, shout out to Bonnie, she was our babysitter. So instead of spending an astronomical amount of money, because it's like $1,200-$1,500 a month, and then at a time when Bonnie stopped, then we had to put in regular daycare. I'm like, daycare like $300-$400 a week, and I didn't understand, but it makes sense that creates mental health issues and things like that. Because I'm not gonna lie, when Matt finally went to school, I thought we hit the lottery. I'm like, we got more groceries. The pantry is now full. We got gas in the car because and don't have 2 or 3 kids.
Man.
Well, you have 2 or 3 kids, you probably just stay at home.
Exactly. And that's what some people are doing. They're like, we might as well just stay at the house because it's just too expensive.
Right. Because think about if you're a person that's, because, the only thing about Oklahoma, I wish wages were more.
Yes.
It's kind of like you can work 2-3 jobs. Nobody should work 2 or 3 jobs and still not have enough. 2 or 3 jobs and you still paycheck to paycheck.
Or side hustle.
Side hustle. So it seemed like inflation and everything else go up. But why does the wages stay so low? You know what I mean? The minimum wage got to be more. And I think that's where government and state and city come into play. Find a way to vote on something to give people enough money to just get the basic necessities that they need.
Right. So families aren't asking for luxury. They're asking for care they can afford and trust. Some states are experimenting with bold solutions, including expanded child care access and early learning investments. And those efforts are being watched nationwide. So why this matters to community? When families are supported, children do better in school, parents are more stable at work, seniors can age with dignity, and communities are safer and stronger. When families struggle, stress increases, economic pressures grow, and the impact ripples through schools, workplaces, and neighborhoods. Family policy isn't just about households. It's about community health and stability. You notice how the theme is we're always bringing it back to community, right? So right now, both Oklahoma and the nation are recognizing the same truth. Strong families are the foundation of strong communities. Investing in education options, child care, caregiver support, and early childhood services isn't extra, it's essential. And this has been your family update.
Yeah, and what I like about that, and here's the concerning thing, Damali, which you and I know, a lot of times that's why parents, families, single moms, single dads result to leaving their kids at home when they're too young.
Yeah, latchkey kids, you remember that?
Kid. Yeah, you just at home trying to survive, and now somebody done found a gun, accidentally shot a sibling, somebody done drowned, somebody done got electrocuted almost. And it's sad that you have to be put in those situations, but or the older sibling now becomes the parent.
Yeah.
So now you 10 responsible for the 5-year-old, the 4-year-old, and 3-year-old. But we know all too often these things happen all the time in our community.
Right.
You go now. Can you imagine when somebody come knock at the door and it's a kid, instead of realizing that mama's not here, daddy's not here, they just go what? Open the door. You open the door, and all you got is an 8-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 1-year-old running around, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning. You see what I'm saying? Right. So we got to be able to, like you said, Damali, look out for community, and if you can help where you can, because guess what? That help that they need today, you could need tomorrow.
Right.
So let's do better in community, y'all.
Right. And so we're going to provide you with a community update. I just recently learned, and we're going to bring you more information. And we're actually going to have them to come into studio, once we kind of get settled and into our routine.
Right.
But there's some things in our community that are going to help you with wellness and wholeness. Crossover Sport and Fitness.
Yeah.
They are located at 1010 East 36th Street North. Their phone number is 918-856-5377.
Hold on right quick. This is the time you get your pen and your pad out, or your note taker, or whatever you use, because now we don't want to just talk about this stuff and then not give you resources for it. So now it's the time to get your pen and pad out, so that if somebody calls, if you see something, you can tell them, even if you don't need it, then you pass it on to the next person, right?
Yes, okay, absolutely. So they are open Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. until 8:30 p.m. On Saturday, they're open from 6 a.m. until 12 a.m. On Sundays, they're closed. And for more information, you can go to crossoversportsandfitness.org. Now, I actually went over and visited the gym.
Right.
Listen, they got a little bit of everything.
Right.
I mean, they're doing line dances. They got boxing. They got, weightlifting. They've got just a myriad of opportunities for you to go and get healthy. There is no reason for you not to be healthy in community. They even have like beach volleyball out back. I'm like, what? In North Tulsa? Where did
you just said that? And I love that you said that. Healthier options in North Tulsa.
Right.
For too long, we just didn't have situations like this. And even now when we have it, now people don't know about it. So that's the beauty of having Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali, is now you can wake up and know that you have boxing. If you don't know how to do soccer and different sports and all of that stuff, you have those things now available in your community. You don't have to drive 15 minutes and 30 minutes to get these services. It's right here off 36th Street North in Peoria.
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
The main intersection.
Hey, before we get too far, Donnie says, guys, I had 2 kids in daycare, and Lily was a full-time college student. Those were some tough days, especially when the mortgage was due that week. You know what? You sure right. You sure right, Donnie. I remember those days all too well. Pearlie says, great information and reminders.
Right.
Thank you so much. And that's what we're here for on the Community Wake Up. So Crossover Sport and Fitness, the new gym, Only been there about a year.
Couple years.
Okay. And so, but definitely a gym to me. I go over there and I'm like, whoa, didn't know all of this was over here. So we're going to be bringing you guys information about the new classes that they're going to be offering and that they're going to make available. I know they're doing yoga and some other stuff, but this is right here in our own community. Now, of course, everybody knows about the Hutchinson Branch YMCA.
Right.
It's been there forever. Yeah. At 1120 East Peoria. I'm sorry, East Pine Street. Their number is 918-382-9622. They open at 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. On Saturdays, they're open from 9 to 5. On Sunday, they actually open from 1 to 5. So for more information, you can go to ymcatulsa.org/Hutcherson. And that's HUTCHERSON. Now, these are options that you can have right here in our own community for you to get healthy.
Yeah, here's the thing. If you're on a live and you're from a different state, we're talking about this in our community here in Tulsa. But in your community, if it's information available, you're on a live, stick it in there. You know, because sometimes you may know in Arkansas or in Texas or in California, a place that you can go that's something new that your community don't know about. So share that information. That's what it's all about when we talk about the community wake up. Let me ask you this, Damali.
Yeah.
We're talking about wellness and wholeness. If you had to give yourself a grade, you know, because now our own accountability, what grade would you give yourself, and what are some of the halftime adjustments? Because we're in the 50 club. That's called halftime. A lot of people don't even make it to halftime, but your halftime adjustments, and I'm gonna ask y'all on the live, what are a few of the things that you're doing to be healthier? And Damali and I are going to explain a few things that we personally do to be healthier every day.
Yeah. So number one is know your numbers.
Know your numbers.
Dr. Andre Perdue, who's been on our show for the past six years, he always talked about knowing your numbers. So one of the things that I did, so those of you who are actually on Facebook Live and are actually on YouTube, you can see me. But for those of you who are in Radio Land, I am actually holding my purple blood pressure cup.
Your favorite color.
My favorite color. And so I actually check my blood pressure. And lately, I had been posting my blood pressure, but then I kind of fell off. I still check it, but I just hadn't posted it because I got busy. But I'm going to start doing that because there are a lot of folks, those secret listeners that we talk about, who see me in community like, hey, you haven't posted your blood pressure in a while. And I'm like, oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't know you was paying attention.
So what you're saying is one of your things, or one of your tips to the people is know your numbers.
Know your numbers.
You're saying the numbers is checking your blood pressure, what, weekly?
I check mine every other day or so.
Every other day or so? Yeah. So at least weekly.
Yeah, at least weekly.
Check it weekly, know your numbers, because that's the silent killer.
Absolutely.
You feel fine, you don't think nothing going on, and bam.
Yeah. Blood pressure is way up there, and you like, whoa.
Yeah, what's another thing that you do?
Another thing that I do is I try to work out at least 2 times a week.
Right.
My goal is 3, but sometimes life be lifing.
Right.
You know, so I don't do that, but you know, try to do that. And then the other thing that I do is I try to eat half, and I think we talked about this a couple of days ago, is when I get my meal, if I go out to eat, I take it and I just automatically cut it in half.
That's good.
And I just go ahead and I asked them to bring me a to-go container, and I just put it in the to-go container, and I just only eat half, you know, because I think we just overeat in this country.
Yeah, we eat our portion. Include me. Don't talk about me like that. Don't do that. Don't judge me.
You.
Let me get my portion. And if you're on a live, the beauty of this community wake up is we do these things together. So if you got a few tips that you've been using, share that on the live, and we'll read that on the live, because we're trying to get this information out, because I got my pen and my pad too.
Anna Marie said she started walking, juicing, and removed meat from her diet. And yes, she bought a blood pressure cup.
That's good. Yeah. Now, I'm with you until you came to the removing of the meat. Y'all pray for me on the removing of the meat. Me and the meat just have a different kind of relationship.
Right.
We've been getting along for so long, you know, that we just got to talk about it. It's going to be a process for our release the meat, you know, because I don't want to break up with it just to turn around and get right back together the next day.
Right.
But Honorary Baker, huge kudos to you, because I know meat is a little bit tougher to process, harder to digest.
Yeah, right.
And you take that meat out, man, and you grow faster. And I know.
And I think I do and I think we both do. We eat more fish.
I really eat fish and chicken mainly. I'm not really a big steak eater, and none of those things. I'm really mainly chicken or fish. If I give a couple tips, here's one thing, if nothing else. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is drink 20 ounces of water.
Yeah.
Before I do anything. That curbs your appetite. It helps you with your blood pressure. It helps you with your diabetical. It helps you with your cholesterol. It helps with everything because the water is nothing but a cleanser. And I got this probably 15 years ago. I was looking at this thing on TV. You know, I'll try something once. And they said for 6 months, if you drink water right when you wake up, it will regulate your blood pressure. It will regulate all this stuff. I said, really? Well, let's see. I did it for 6 months and it regulated my blood pressure. It regulated all those things. So now I'm just passing. It's to share the information. So when I wake up, the first thing I do, 20 ounces of water. I drink that. I just put it on my nightstand, throw it, and I can just tell I feel better. And hopefully I can wait a little bit. So I'm just gonna say, if no other, now for y'all that got the Dr. Pepper, the Pepsi, the sweet tea, the Kool-Aid, that could be a problem.
Oh no, that's a no.
You can feel your toes going away. That's where the diabetic will come in. You know, anything where the sugar
don't
is,
do it to yourself.
You can lose a limb, and we at an age where we do not need to be losing any limb. So that's one thing I'll say. I do go to the gym like 4 times a week, and I don't stay in there forever.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times people don't be wanting to go to the gym because you stay in there too long. Don't go in there for 2-3 hours.
Right.
I'm in. I stretch because as you get older, your biggest thing is flexibility.
Right.
As you get older, it's not about all the strength. Now, I done went through all the lift 400, 500. I done did all, no, I'm done with all of that.
Right.
I just want to get in there and move a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, because when we host stuff, I want to have my sauce in there. You know, I want things to look right.
Right.
So I'll say I go to the gym 4 times a week. I go with my daughter twice, and then I make sure I do that. And I'll say another thing that I do that can help you a whole lot if you want to regulate your weight, just the earlier you can stop eating.
Yeah.
And I know it's hard.
Sometimes it's tough all day. For me. Yeah.
You come in the house and they done cooked the fried chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, peach cobbler with ice cream. I understand.
That's all bad stuff.
So you got to get with, and I think meal prepping is good. My kids meal prep.
Yeah, that's good too.
I don't even meal prep. So Khalil, Glow, and Matiana. When I come,
meal prep too?
Khalil, I think he might have been the first one meal prepping.
Wow.
He been meal prepping.
Okay.
So my kids, and I'll call Matiana. Can I have a little bit? I'll call Glow. Can I have? Because Glow, I'm like, Glow, what you eating today? I got my salmon, 4 ounces. I got my asparagus. I got my, you know, and I'm so proud of them because all of them are in really good shape. So another thing that's good about you being a parent or a grandparent doing these things that hopefully that can rub off on your kids, because I forced my kids to work out. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But I did used to take them to the gym.
Right.
They didn't want to go, but I knew later on in life, this is going to extend your life.
Yeah.
And if it's not part of your habit, not part of your makeup, you're not going to want to go. If you ain't never been to the gym, you ain't going to never want to go to the gym.
Right.
But if you're exposed to it, you can hang on to it. So
you
those
know,
are
and
my
shout
tips.
out to the kiddos, because my kids, the 2 older girls, they're now gym, you know, gym rats.
Kim and Keisha.
Yep, they in the gym.
Shout out.
In the gym.
Yeah.
So Cousin Pearlie said, Damali, we should have a carry out plate for you on Saturday night. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Uncle Brian said, sorry, but Dr. Pepper and 7-Up are his guilty vices.
Man, it's tough.
Uncle Brian, get it together.
Uncle Brian, I understand. Look, it's kind of, it's this. A doctor told me this. I don't really think it's necessarily all the way true, but it made sense back then. This is a doctor that I used to work at Job Corps, and this guy used to work the night shift for some extra money. And he said, look at your body like a brand new car. He said, so up to your 30s, I don't know if this is still true, because now the food is so unhealthy now. I think this was true 20 years ago. He said you can kind of do what you want a little bit up to 30, but you got to think about a car. After you done put 30,000 miles on it, you got to start changing up what you do. You can't just put anything in it.
Right.
You got a brand new car, you can put some bad gas in it. It's still going to run.
Right.
You put some bad gas in a clunker.
Right.
It's going to cluck on you. You ain't going to go nowhere. But when he told me that, I remember that. He said, as you get older, you have to make adjustments if you want to be able to be healthy. So when you start hitting past that 30, you got to start moving a little different. You got to start eating a little different and all those things. Do we want to take a little quick break and do some few announcements? We're going for a whole hour.
Yeah, it's 8 after the hour. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and take us a quick break, and then we'll be right back.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful 2-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. It's the Community Wake Up with Charles and
Damali.
And we are back. Remember, we live Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to...
What time we get off? 9 o'clock.
See? You see what I'm talking about? Y'all see what I'm talking about?
Ready. That wasn't my
ready.
part.
Hey, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. We are live on KBOB 89.9 FM on NYCU.FM. Of course, live in studio on World One Development. We live on NYCU.FM and also on YouTube, the official World One Development.
News you can use.
She ready now. She ready, y'all.
I'm in there.
Okay. We've been talking about today wholeness and wellness, and we want to wrap that up because we finna switch into another segment. But Damali, let's go to the live.
Yeah, so let's go to the live. So AJ is saying that he's cut down on eating meat. He said he's less heavier. He checks his blood pressure every day. He drinks lots of water every day. He walks 1 to 2 miles 2 times a week. So that's good. He meditates. He prays. First thing in the morning, he said he eats vegetables and fruit before most meals because it fills him up. And he eats a little of our regular meals, is what he says. Donnie says, yep, I don't have a salad eating chick, so it's hard to eat right because she be getting down. Before my shoulder surgery, right, I was in the gym 3 or 4 times a week.
He was. I can contest to that.
Yes. So let's see who else had something to say. Uncle Brian said I was put on 7-Up years ago because of a bad stomach. Been on it ever since. You need to get off of it.
Right.
Okay. Right. We're just gonna work on that. Also, Natasha says also more vegetables. We are plant-based eating people.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to get it together.
Guess who's on?
Who else is on?
Talisa.
Yeah,
we're gonna take a pause. Yes. Man, this sister watched our show on Monday.
Yes, she
our
did.
Inaugural show, our debut.
Yes.
She was on her way to work and said she tuned in, she checked us out, and she was excited about the work that we do at our Edgewater Youth and Family Fun Center, where we're getting ready for our spring break camp. And she loves so much of what we do, and she gave us a nice donation to help bless some kids. And we just want to acknowledge her. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we hope as you listen in, as we be dealing with all these kids and making sure we can bless the kids, that you yourself will consider donating.
Absolutely.
And if you do consider donating, and you can just follow us on the live, because you're going to know your money's going to a good cause. Just go to World One Development. That one is spelled W-O-N. So worldonedevelopment.com. It's a yellow donate button. Click it, stroll to see the work that we do. Do a small little donation, or a lot of people like to do cash out. That's $ World One Development. So whether it's our Youth and Family Fun Center, we have a prison reentry program, we have an event center, of course we do radio, we do food distributions, we do expungement expos, we do all kind of stuff where we bless thousands in our different facilities. So we appreciate your support.
And you know why? Because it's all about the community.
Wake up. Let's do this.
So I see that Martisha Childs just joined us. Good morning. Her kids are in our spring break camps and summer camps. So good morning to you. Hope you're having a fabulous day already. It is 36 degrees outside, so it's getting warmer.
It's feeling pretty good. I see Richie Anderson is on.
Hey, brother, how are you?
The most famous Booker T. Washington Hornet I know.
Okay.
Man, his kids do really, really good.
They do.
Man, Richie and his wife are the epitome of just being great parents, man. I love their spirit.
Yes.
I love their energy. I love their kids. So that's an example when two unite like in high school and stay together, then it's a blessing, not just to them, but to their kids and to the community. So Richard, we love you and we appreciate you, my brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So now it's time for our Black History moment.
It's Black History Month. Let's do it.
Yes, it is.
Let's see just how much you know. It's Black History Trivia with Charles and Damali.
All right, Black History Did You Know fact. Did you know that Otis Boykin's most notable contribution to science was likely the circuit improvement he made to the pacemaker after losing his mother to heart failure? A contribution that has served countless lives. That has saved countless lives. But this single improvement was among a long list of achievements. Boykins had 26 patents in his name and is famed for the development of IBM computers, burglar-proof cash registers, chemical air filters, and an electric resistor used to control missiles and other devices. This has been your Black History Did You Know fact right here on the Community Wake Up with Charles and Damali about Mr. Otis Boykins.
Damali, we so dope.
I know, right?
We so dope. And that's what we got to get to our youth. Yes. We so dope. Yes. You know, there's a lot of things that people just don't know. I didn't even know.
Yes.
But I think the more people tune into the community to wake up, you know, we can do things that help people know, man, our ancestors and people that came before us were just so dope. Is it cool for me to say that?
Yes.
If you need me to say they're cool, they was gracious and humbled and all that, I can say that too. But I think dope when I think you can do so much stuff like it's just so dope that we impacted like the heart, life to live. That was awesome. I appreciate
that. You know, and I think that a lot of times we create out of necessity. Right. You know, and so when he lost his mother, he was like, oh, I got to figure out a way so that other people don't have to experience what I've experienced. And so that's a way of giving back to community, right? Making sure that others are taken care of through our pain. You know, we turn that into a purpose.
Ooh, I was just thinking that. Yeah. You're a mind reader. No, I'm just saying
maybe that's my superpower.
Pain sometimes creates your purpose. Something happened to your child. Your child has autism or sickle cell or something like that. That becomes your passion.
Absolutely.
That becomes your purpose. Yeah. It's an adjustment to seeing something like, man, I want my child or I want my loved one to be like normal like everybody else.
Yes.
You know, so we all have always doing dope stuff. So we gotta let our kids know that. And that's why a lot of times our history is under attack.
Exactly.
I think it's under. Why would you want to attack the history of people that do work like this?
Exactly.
Why would you not, Damali? It don't even make sense for you not to want people to know that.
Right.
So you want to go strip everything off the wall. You want to pull everything out of school. You want to ban all the books. Again, that's why y'all need to make sure y'all check out Black History Saturdays. We'll keep y'all posted on that later on.
Absolutely.
But nevertheless, know your history.
Shout out to Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders. He said he's listening in the parking lot. He said, but you don't have to come get me. So shout out to Lieutenant DeLorean Sanders. Thank you so much for being our community police officer, always looking out for us and sitting out in the parking lot, listening to the show.
So that means don't y'all come up here looking for us because anything we say, we saying it out of love. But sometimes we still have to give you
but we got backup.
But I'll tell you what, we're going to have Lieutenant Sanders. We're going to visit with him next week and then starting in March. He gonna decide. Now, let me ask y'all, because I know y'all love the police report.
Yes.
Lieutenant Sanders want to know, do y'all want a little more, a little less? Because since we're live Monday through Friday, 7 to 9, we might can have him in every other week. He may not have to wait till once a month. So we're going to discuss that. But I think community and police is critical, especially with ICE and all that stuff going on. So we thinking and hoping maybe he'll come in more so that we can stay more up to date. Because Damali, here's the thing. With ICE running around all the place doing all this crazy stuff, what does your police officers come into play?
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like, I'm in my community, and it's already that the police can pull me over. They are supposed to be protecting and serving me. And now the government decides to just unleash all these people on folks, and they just grabbing people and doing. I'm like, wait a minute, what about the police? Are y'all not having a conversation?
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like the mayor in the city, they need to get together because I just think that it's not normal, you know, to have a police. Then you got the sheriff department. Now all of a sudden you got ICE chasing people too. Like, hey, we don't need that much protection.
Okay.
We don't need that many people doing so much stuff. So let's try to find a way to get that right. Because I do feel bad that they are just terrorizing these immigrants and breaking them up from their family and all of that. I'm not saying that when you are in government, you don't supposed to regulate things and make sure people are doing things the right way.
Sure.
I understand that I agree with that, but I'm just saying it's still the right way to do that. And it seemed like these people getting shot in the face and nurses getting shot in the head. I know that's not the way to do it.
Right.
We got to do better than that. So prayers still go out to Minnesota because they have dealt with some hardship over the last few months.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Community voices. Want to let you guys know that, of course, we're talking about health and wellness today. And Dr. Andre Ferdue is also going to be back.
He's going to be back, y'all. We're excited about it. Both of them have been with us for up to these 6 years.
Yeah.
So we make sure you cool with the police. Community policing is most important. But we want to make sure we also are healthier. And that's why we're talking about wellness. So when the doc come in, he's so cool. He's so dope too, right?
Yeah.
But he gonna have some good stuff to say. So we are ecstatic. We don't take it for granted that he come in once a month. Maybe he may come in more as well to explain to us.
So AJ said more of Lieutenant.
More Lieutenant. Lord Sanders, you heard the Lieutenant. They want more of you, Fred. So we got to get him in here. So now he's stuck. He got to at least do more than once a month. He at least got to do stuff. So we're gonna do like every other week. Have him come in to talk to us about things that we need to know to be safe in our own communities.
So we're talking about, we're staying in our same theme, health and wellness.
Right.
So if you did not know, for those here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, there is a training center here in Tulsa that is Black owned.
Oh.
Miss Wendy Williams.
Yes.
Shout out to her. Not the Wendy Williams that's on
morning show.
Yeah. Yeah, not that Wendy.
Listen to the Charles and Damali morning show.
Exactly.
No, wake up. Right.
But her school is called Health and Safety Education Training Center.
Right.
And they are actually offering free tuition.
That's awesome.
It's actually a scholarship opportunity for you to start your healthcare career with tuition-only scholarships. Students pay for their state testing, feed, their blood pressure cuff, and for their scrubs.
Right.
They can apply for tuition at 539-867-2757. Or you can reach out to them at contact us at healthandsafetytrain.com. So shout out to Wendy Williams.
Yes.
Her husband, Danny Williams, is an attorney. I used to work for Danny Williams years ago. And great family, great family. Their daughter, Morgan, is a security officer. And so she actually works at the 36th Street North Event Center.
Right.
So the Williams family, is just a great family, a staple here in our community, doing great things. And so we wanted to, shout out her and tell, people about her, at her health and safety education training class. So if you're interested in being a nurse,
that's awesome.
Then this is the place that you need to go right here in our own community.
I think the medical field might be nurses. I can't see the AI robots replacing nurses because that would be a tough one. That might be way, way down the road. But nevertheless, I want to shout out Wendy and Danny, of course, because they are one of the first families that welcomed me and my family to the city. When we first got here, you're trying to find some people to connect with. So I connected with Wendy and Danny, and our kids was really small, and we start going to the MLK parade. When they called me to go to the parade, they're like, "Yeah, we're going to breakfast at 5." I said, "Well, hold on about that."
Not doing that.
Wendy, I'm like, Wendy, I'm gonna see you about. Can I see you about 7:30, please? No, because in Tulsa, when we do the MLK parade, we eat breakfast at 5 at this church because she'd be excited because Wendy is a community-driven person, and I appreciate her. So my entire time of being in Tulsa for 26 years, Wendy has been doing great things in the community. And when you're talking about offering free service to be able to get into the nursing field, come on, y'all. So if you know a young person that maybe don't know exactly what they want to do and you got free tuition in 2026 when nothing is free, reach out to Wendy, y'all.
Absolutely. So now we're up to our small business spotlight.
We spotlighting business?
Yes, we are spotlighting businesses. Yes. And like what we have been saying is that if there is a small business in your community that you would like to spotlight, then let us know.
Let us know.
Because we want to be able to share. We actually travel and go to different cities. And so we want to know about these community businesses so that we can go and visit those and support. And we need to circulate our dollars in those communities.
So we will spotlight not just local business, national business, or international. If you send that to us, we will spotlight you because our community is all of us all around the globe.
So this morning's small business spotlight is on a company that understands hustle, branding, and the power of telling your story the right way.
Right.
It's Grindaholic Music Group. We want to spotlight Grindaholic Music Group, which is a creative media company based right in Oklahoma, helping entrepreneurs, creatives, and small businesses turn their grind into a brand that stands out. Owned and led by Ken Rushing, Grindaholic Media Group specializes in digital media and content creation, branding and visual storytelling, promotional support that helps businesses look professional and stay visible. In plain language, they help you show up strong, consistent, and authentic online in the community. Grindaholic Media Group is located at 5770 Northwest Expressway, Suite 205 in War Acres, Oklahoma, which is actually Oklahoma City. Yeah. And they work with people who are serious about growing their brand and taking their vision to the next level. Those who want to go from unknown to unforgettable. If you are a business owner, creative, or entrepreneur looking to elevate your presence, you can connect with them at 405-673-8500. You can also check out their website at Grindaholic, and let me spell it because it's different. GRINDAHOLIK media.com. They're about more than media. They're about mindset, execution, and helping people turn ideas into impact. This has been today's Small Business Spotlight with Grindaholic Media Group, supporting the grind, one brand at a time.
And here's another thing with some love.
Yeah.
Grindaholic Media, Mr. Ken Rushing said, if you call him today, not tomorrow, you get a 10% discount on whatever service that you need. When a lot of people say, Charles, how did you and Damali go to the next level? It was Grindaholic Media Group.
Absolutely. So that's shout out to our brother Ken.
Next. So when we was hosting Juneteenth and Legacy Fest and all the stuff and traveling to Omaha, and you saw the recapamentaries going on and all of that, that was Ken. And me and Damali was just sitting there like, man, we got to find a way to get to that next level, to have that next look, to make it when people encounter us that they don't forget us. And we sat down with Ken Rush, and we kind of, because the brother is sharp too. Sharp. So not only do you get him to help you with your business, he going to encourage you, he going to inspire you, you know, in a way that you will become unforgettable for yourself. Okay. He's going to encourage you for greatness, because Ken he's a bad man, Damali.
You know, I think the first time that I saw myself on a billboard, it was a billboard that Ken created. Right. We've seen ourselves on the side of a bus, you know, and all of that, you know, that's Ken and his creativity. So make sure that you reach out to him, because as I keep telling you guys, and we're going to talk about this a lot for our entrepreneurs and for our organizations out there, that if you don't exist digitally or have a website, gone are the days that word of mouth is going to get you to the next level.
Right. And the beauty of being on Community Wake Up, you got to understand this. Most of the funds that we have received have come from people that follow us. Right. People that found our website, they found us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or somewhere. They see the work that you're doing, and that's kind of like your resume. They don't have to call you and ask you. They can follow your social media and look at your website, because it's a representation of you. We have gotten a call, hey, we're going to donate $50,000. We're going to donate. We see y'all doing food distribution. We're going to send you $25,000 to help with that. We see what you're doing with the kids, like yesterday with Miss Solisa. I want to give to that program that you're doing. So you have to be seen to do that. But Ken takes that and puts some secret sauce on it. And he's affordable. And he takes you to that next level. So shout out to Oklahoma City. Shout out to Ken Rush. And y'all make sure you reach out, because you got a 10% discount if you say you heard it on the Community Wake Up with Charles and
Damali.
Just like that, y'all.
Yes. All right. So we're going to switch gears just a little bit, because it's about time for us. It's 27 past the hour. So it's about time for us to start winding
it down just a little bit.
Just winding it down.
Let me do it. Can I get some shout outs?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because the big thing is, man, I am so just overly, I'm almost emotional, because so many people are tuning in, because we switched from one time after 6 years to over here in the morning. Because 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock is two totally different times. But I'm gonna go to the live, because a lot of people decide to wake up with us. So Ahmad is still on.
Hey.
AJ.
What's up?
Anna Marie.
Yes.
Your mama, my mama.
Yes.
Uncle Brian. Teresa.
Yes.
Uncle Chess is in the building.
Absolutely.
Dominique.
Yes.
My brother. They think we twins. I get a chance to know what twins look like. Like one day, me and Donnie, he was here in Tulsa. We was out eating. This mom and daughter came up, and they was fussing. They were like, "Are y'all twins?" No, we like 2 years apart. And then the girl said, I told you, mama. I tell your mama, like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I was like, they look just like, no, I could tell. So I get a chance to experience what it feels like to be a twin. Because sometimes Khalil or Don, between the two, and I get mistaken for a twin. Uncle Brian is in the building. Yes. We still got Japan in here, y'all. Okay. I don't know what time it is over there, but we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. I can't say the name. I just say Lee Chong. Yeah. Lee Chong. Don't do it. I ain't going to do it like that, y'all. I'm sorry. Miss Pearlie, my cousin, she's still locked in with us. We also, and that's why I'm saying I got to give y'all some shout outs because y'all do not have to get up and listen to us early in the morning. Absolutely. Richie, yes. The most famous Booker T. Washington Hornet in my mind, because I look at what he did after Booker T. And let me know the kind of foundation that y'all have out there. Talisa, I went to school with him, so and you went to school with him, so you know AJ and the J Bone Lounge. One of our number one fans, Natasha Mitchell. Yes, Natasha. She's locked in with us. We appreciate that, sister. Lynette Longmire, Mire. Thank you for tuning in. Let us know where you're from, and we'll give you a shout out. She's a new person, and she's tuning in with us. Miss Charles, I'm just going to go that route. Morticia still here with us. Lieutenant DeLoin Sanders is in the parking lot with the police car looking out for us. He said, Charles, y'all said somebody in agreement, so I'm come out here and make sure y'all good. Faye Nelson, I'm so glad I went back up. That's family from Arkansas. Awesome. That's tuning in. Her daughter's Tasha. And then Kim was my classmate with both of them, man. Beautiful family. Her and Leotis. Yes. Man, we used to go over their house, Damali, and man, they be cooking fish with the French fries. I'm getting hungry now. We be hanging out, but my mom and them was really, really good friends. And that's man, we grew up together based with their kids. Awesome. Miss Hilda Sanders. Hey, is in here. Sanders. Thank you so much. And she is just wonderful, Sister Sanders. And we got many, many secret listeners, and we love y'all. So everybody that's tuning in, local, national, and internationally, we appreciate y'all. So we're going to talk a little bit now about things that are going to help get you right and kind of get you centered, right? Right. We're going to talk about faith, hope, and inspiration. I love it. Okay. So the first thing we're going to talk about is rest and community and what that means. So something that we don't talk about enough is rest, and why it matters is not just to individuals, but to the whole community. So rest is more than sleep. Rest is giving your body, your mind, and your spirit time to reset. Right. When people don't get enough rest, it shows up everywhere. Tempers are shorter. That's why you got that road rage that we're talking about. Decisions are rushed. Conflicts escalate faster, and accidents happen more often. In plain language, tired people aren't bad people. They're overwhelmed people. Right. That's why rest is a community safety issue. In families, rest helps parents stay patient and present. In children, rest supports learning, behavior, and emotional balance. In schools and workplaces, rest reduces burnout and mistakes. And in communities, they have lived with constant stress from poverty, violence, caregiving, or discrimination. Lack of rest keeps people stuck in survival mode. Rest allows us to heal instead of just endure. Here's the truth. Who gets to rest and who doesn't often depends on income, job demands, and caring responsibilities. That makes rest a justice issue. Right. Not just self-care. Strong communities don't just push people to grind harder. They create space to pause, recover, and breathe. So today, we encourage you to take a breath without guilt, to protect your sleep, to check in on those who are always holding it together. Right. Normalize rest as a part of wellness, because when people are rested, communities are calmer, healthier, and safer. You know what, Damali? In some countries, taking a nap. I need to move there. I don't know where. I can't remember. I'm going to find out where the country is. We need to go. I might relocate. After the wake up is over, we might do this for about 10 years. I don't know, 15. We might be old with glasses on. Right. Telling them to wake up and we sleep on the lot. But anyway, rest is important. When you think about rest like yourself, how do you take care of yourself to make sure you're getting, because you do a lot. And people tell Damali and I all the time, when do y'all rest? When do y'all sleep? So let's talk a little bit about that, because we do run a Youth and Family Fun Center, Prison Entry Program, and Event Center. We do radio. We do engagement. We have our own companies. We do a whole lot of different stuff. But when people ask, how do you manage so much and rest? So how does Damali rest? You know what?
It varies. I'm just gonna be honest. Sometimes I don't do good in the area of rest,
right?
Because there's just so much that I got to get done, and there's so many things. I'm a list writer, right. So I'll write out. I got these 15 things I got to do today, but then of course through the course of the day, then I add maybe 5 more to that. But I try my best to at least get 6 hours of sleep,
right? At
the very least. 7 or 8 is great, but sometimes that just ain't possible. You just can't, it don't work. Now I am in a unique position because we do work for ourselves that, now I can afford to take a nap every now and again. So sometimes, like if I have been up late, grinding, then sometimes I'm like, hey, I got to take a power nap. I tell Charles, hey, I got to go lay down.
I see you in an hour. Let me ask y'all this on the live too, because we do this thing together. AJ, I see you, Richie, and all of y'all on. What do y'all do for appropriate rest? Mm-hmm. Because these tips that we have, we read, we get some national stuff, but sometimes even the things that you don't know, that gets us through. Right. I was talking to some of our partners the other day that was driving from Dallas, and they actually stopped at a gas station. Mm-hmm. They said, when we get really tired, we get a safe little spot, we get us something to eat, and we take like an hour nap or 2 hour nap, and then we start back traveling. That's something I've never done, but now it makes me think about it, because sometimes, Damali, I'm driving, and I'd be like, man, I am so tired. Yeah, but I've never considered stopping at a gas stop, finding a safe space to take a quick little power nap. And they say when they wake up, they could drive on to California. Right. So taking a power nap sometime when you're traveling and you getting sleepy, do not go to sleep or fall asleep at the wheel and potentially kill you, your family, and others. Take a little nap.
You know what? And this is the thing. I think that, oh, no, before I say that, Uncle Brian said in Mexico and Spain is where they do naps or siestas. I'm like, and he said naps are a necessity for him as well.
Yeah.
And he said that it's 11:30 in Japan. Oh, 11:30 p.m.
p.m. So that's a sacrifice to be on in Japan. Right. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in, man, because it's bedtime almost over there. And I'll tell you, for me, now, see, I do good when it comes to sleep, because I'm the type of person that count my hours. And
he all does. My staff, oh my God, he does.
And all the staff and the people work around me get mad because as soon as we start working too late, it start getting 12, 1 o'clock. I start going, okay, what I got to do tomorrow? So I got 1, 2. I count my hours of sleep, because you got to know what you need for yourself, right?
That's true, though.
I love 7 hours of sleep. 7 hours is my sweet spot.
Right.
I can't get to 8, headaches start kicking. I done slept too long. I got stuff on my mind. So for me, if I can sleep, if I can wind down by 10, lay down 10:30, if I can really be wind by 11 to 7 is my sweet spot. But now since I do the wake up, I got to be here at 7. I'm gonna have to bag that up another hour. But for me, 7 hours. But I think 8 is what I hear all the time. You need 8 hours.
Yeah, 8 hours. Yeah.
And let me add this in, Damali. I think that in our communities, a lot of times we trying to survive.
Yeah.
Man, and when you're trying to survive, we must admit it's really hard to sleep. When you don't know how you're going to pay your bill the next day. You don't know if you're going to maybe lose your house. You don't know if you're going to lose your job. Your kids, stuff are struggling. When you have so much stuff going on, to me, I think it's difficult to get good rest. But I think that's something that people should be able to have. But in our communities, it's just all too often, Damali, we working 3, 4, 5 jobs. Right. We're trying to take care of these kids. We're trying to get out of debt. We're trying to do all these different things. And it just don't allow you to really just woo-saw and rest,
right? Totally agree. And I think it even sometimes resting is just sitting and doing nothing.
Yeah.
My daughter, I remember a couple of times, like, how we just run and we're doing this, we're doing that. And I came home and I sat on the couch and I was just like, whoo, I just need to sit down for a second.
Right.
And so I didn't realize just sitting there, like the sun had gone down. I didn't have on no TV, no lights, no nothing. I'm just sitting on the couch. I think I must have been meditating, I don't know, but I'm just sitting there. And my daughter walked in and she said, Mom, what are you doing? I said, nothing. I'm just sitting here.
Right.
And she said, why are you sitting in the dark? I'm like, I don't know. It was daylight when I sat down, but I don't know. And she says, Mom, you're weird.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, because if you're sitting there, it's like you finna say, hello, Clarice. At this point, I don't know what you're about to say.
I was just beat, so sometimes you don't even know how tired you are.
Right.
Until you just sit down and then you just like, man.
Let me tell you something else that can wear you out.
What's that?
Relationships.
Oh, God.
A bad relationship can kill your sleep, because I'm that type of person too. And it can be relationship with the person or even my kid. Anything where there's an unrest in my relationships affects my sleep. Like I can't sleep good because I like to be able to have harmony. So I think that's why with us, when you get older, love, peace, and happiness is important, especially as you get into them older years. You don't need to be around chaos and done stroked out and had a heart attack because you got a bunch of crazy people around you.
So we're going to talk about balance.
Yeah,
that's kind of what you're talking about.
Right.
But let's go to the live real quick. So Anna Marie said, intentionally finding help intentionally finding the help you decompress.
Right.
And being consistent in doing that. Uncle Brian said, I'm blessed if I get 4 hours of sleep a night.
Man.
AJ said, resting is when I'm in need of doing, is what he's in need of doing more, because it's from his upbringing of you having to be on the grind day and night. Hey, I totally understand that.
Can I give a quick shout out?
Yeah, you can.
David Donna Jones.
Oh, what?
they went from secret listeners to they are in the building.
They are in the building.
Absolutely. This is another couple that we absolutely love. They came and did a tour of all of our World One Development programs from the Event Center, Edrec, and all of that. We had such a good time, but in our event center, he was like, man, this was my first job.
Yes.
As a 16-year-old, he told a story, and they tell really good stories.
Absolutely.
And as a couple, as a unit, they are so funny and fun to be around. We appreciate y'all getting up early in the morning and being with us. And I did see Anna said, shout out to the small business. Shout out.
Yes.
See, Anna always got a twist in her words. Faith Nelson said, good morning, Charles. May God continue to rain down his blessings on you and your team.
Yes.
God is awesome. He absolutely is. Thank you so much. That means a whole lot.
Now I'm looking at my older sister Teresa here says, I mastered rest. I'm the queen.
Look, Uncle Brian said a bad relationship can kill you, period. You're absolutely right.
All right.
Brian,
he's telling the truth. So now let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk about balance and why it matters to the health of our community. So balance is knowing when to push forward and when to pause.
Right.
It's working hard without burning out. It's caring for others while still caring for yourself. Balance is what keeps you going for the long haul. When balance is missing, people stay in survival mode, which is what you just said.
Right.
Everything feels urgent. Stress stays high and small problems turn into big ones. But when balance is present, communities can breathe. People respond instead of react. Families communicate better and progress becomes sustainable. And families' balance creates stability. Children feel safer. Parents are more patient. Homes become places of support instead of constant stress. In schools and workplaces, balance reduces burnout and mistakes. It helps people show up focused, healthy, and ready to contribute. And for communities carrying trauma, balance is part of healing. You can rebuild, restore, or grow if you're always running on empty.
Right.
I'll say that again. You can't rebuild, restore, or grow if you're always running on empty. Here's the truth. Strong communities don't just grind harder, they rest smarter. Communicate better and create space for reflection. So today, we encourage you to protect your time and energy, set healthy boundaries, and make room for rest, joy, and connection. Connect and check on those who are always seem strong, because balance isn't weakness, it's wisdom. So this has been your community check-in on balance in community.
I love that. You said two things that was bars. Don't even turn that. When you said protect your time and your energy.
Yes.
A big word I'm hearing now is I got to protect my energy. Because people get your energy and do anything with it.
Right.
You have good energy, you having a good day, and here's somebody come in acting crazy, doing all this crazy stuff. And the first time, like, man, I had good energy. Now you come in with all this negative energy. You know how some people, you come into a space, everything was doing good till you came in and destroyed the good vibes. So I love when you said that. And I also, at the end, the last thing that you said, because balance isn't weakness, is wisdom. And when I heard it's not a weakness, meaning everybody wants you to do everything.
Yeah.
And you can't do everything because you're only human. So it is wisdom to balance out, because if you can't show up for yourself in a healthy way, you can't show up for others in a healthy way. And speaking of healthy, Miss Ernestine Broom is in
Miss Broom,
the
how
building.
are you?
We love you. We miss you. And Nebia Williams just tuned in and said true. So we appreciate it as well, Damali. That's really good because I think this is a big thing that we need to understand in our community in 2026. We're going to be healthier. We're going to be stronger. We're going to be more balanced. We're going to give each other space and time and grace to be better. Don't just, when people need to take a break, let people take a break. You need to work with a team that when the person says, I need a break, give them a break. Because here's the problem in our community. I'll sleep when I die. You will sleep when you die, but the point is I'm going to grind till I die. And I think that'd be a misperception, especially when people are trying to be maybe content creators and artists and rappers. People project that out, man, I'll sleep when I die, and they dancing with it. And now here you come talking about you're going to sleep when you die. You better go to sleep before you do die. So being balanced, getting the appropriate rest you need helps us with longevity. Because I always tell people the beauty of longevity is knowing when to take a break. Absolutely. You got to know, when do you know that you have to take a break?
When I cannot remember, like stuff just starts getting all crazy. Like my Wednesday is running into my Thursday, my, disappointment. I'm all over the place. I don't even know what I'm doing.
I'm telling you, when I know that, I'm like that too. I know I have to take a break when stuff start running together. Yeah. Because we do so much stuff. And if you don't know, because this may have happened to you, it doesn't happen to me. I leave my house driving to the Quick Trip. But when I stop, I'm at church, and it ain't even Sunday. And I'm like, have you ever did that, Damali? So you leave your house.
Why am I even here?
You're like, you're supposed to go over your cousin's house. You at your grandma's house. Yeah, you're supposed to go. You're supposed to take the kids to daycare. They with you at work. Yeah. You sit in the car looking like, and then you be looking like, man, Lord, man, I got my kids at work. Now you got to drive 30 minutes back to take them to
now
the daycare.
You late to work when you was already at work.
So those are all symptoms of, man, it's just so much going on. Yeah, we're going to just trying to find a way to give the community local, national, and international news. Like we're at 8:45, 15 minutes before the top of the hour. Let's take a quick break for one of our sponsors, Theater North, and then also another drop, and we're going to come back for our last 15 minutes. We're talking about wholeness and
wellness.
Just like that.
Theater North Tulsa presents Nat Turner in Jerusalem at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center. A powerful two-person drama imagining the final night of Nat Turner as he confronts Thomas R. Gray, the man who recorded his words and helped shape his legacy. Written by Nathan Allen Davis and directed by Keith Daniels. It's the hit stage play Nat Turner in Jerusalem. Explore faith, resistance, and the cost of telling the truth. Don't miss Nat Turner in Jerusalem, playing at the Tulsa Performing Arts Center, Liddy Dungeons Theater, February 21st and 22nd, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. And February 28th and March 1st, 8 o'clock and 3 p.m. Get your tickets now for Nat Turner in Jerusalem at TulsaPAC.com or call 918-596-7111. Nat Turner in Jerusalem by Nathan Allen is presented by arrangement on behalf of Samuel French Incorporated.
You know what? It's really not that bad being up at 5 a.m.
Damali, you know what? You're absolutely right. The only thing better is we on 5 days a week.
7 a.m. to 9 a.m.
It's the Community Wake Up, our brand new morning show.
Right here on NYCU.FM.
And simulcast on KBOB 89.9 FM.
We got your Black History Trivia.
We got your medical report.
Don't forget the police report.
Your local, national, and international news.
Always the latest on upcoming events.
The Divine Nine and HBCU check-ins.
And most importantly, we can't do it without you.
And make sure you join us each and every day.
It's the Community Wake Up
with Charles and Damali. It's the Community Wake Up with Charles and
Damali.
And we live Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to
9 a.m.
She on top of it, y'all. Yes. We're live on KBOB 89.9 FM. We live on NYCU.FM. NYCU.FM on your phone, in your car, on your iPad, at work, in the gym. Just Google NYCU.FM, stroll to the bottom, subscribe to stay up to all the latest breaking news that we have. We also live on YouTube, the official World One Development
News You Can Use page.
Hey, we got about another. It's 8:47. It's 36 degrees outside, so we're above freezing. It's supposed to be a decent day. Today, a little cloud cover, but it's going to be all right. So if you're getting out and about, grab you a light jacket. You're going to be just fine. We appreciate you waking up with us. Click share because we're going over some good stuff, y'all. Damali, you've been doing a great job today.
Thank you so much. So have you. So we're going to wrap up our faith, hope, and inspiration section, and then we're going to start on our wind down so we can get on out your way so that you can go ahead and start with the rest of your day. So the last thing we're going to talk about is grace and community. So grace is choosing understanding over instant judgment. It's making room for mistakes, growth, and learning. It's also holding people accountable without tearing them down. Grace is remembering that people are more than their worst moment.
Right.
When grace is missing, communities become harsh places. Small mistakes turn into public shame. Conflict escalates. People stop listening and start defending. But when grace is present, something powerful happens. Conversations slow down. People feel safe to be honest. Healing becomes possible. In families, grace creates safe homes, places where children can grow, parents can learn, and relationships can recover. In schools and workplaces, grace allows people to try, fail, learn, and improve instead of shutting down out of fear. And in communities carrying trauma, grace is essential. Without it, pain hardens into bitterness. With it, pain can turn into wisdom and strength. So let's be clear. Grace does not mean ignoring the harm. It means correcting with compassion. It means accountability with humanity. It means believing people can grow. Strong communities don't cancel people at the first mistake. They guide, restore, and rebuild. So today, we encourage you to pause before judging, listen before reacting, leave room for apology and repair, and offer grace to others and to yourself, because grace keeps our community human, connected, and moving forward together. This has been your community check-in on grace.
Boy, grace, isn't that so neat in our community? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Man, because a lot of times, this is what I notice. People want grace, but they don't want to give grace.
Ooh,
you know, when they late, oh man, something happened, la, 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 la. They got all things they can say. When somebody else late, write them up.
Right.
Write her up, write them up now. You don't be late to yeah, but you were just late yesterday. And they gave you grace. And they was glad you was okay. Oh, you didn't come on time. We want to make sure you're good. Give you a hug, give you some dap, you start your day. Somebody else come, no, write them up and all that kind of stuff. So that's where grace come in, Damali. How do you deal with grace and how do you extend grace?
So what I try to do is I try to treat people the way I want to be treated.
Right.
Period. So, I don't want you talking to me crazy, so I'm not going to talk to you crazy. Yeah. What I try to do is think about what I'm about to say, because sometimes you can't take back what you put in the universe.
Right.
So if I put it out there and I say it, then it's already said.
Right.
And so there's nothing that you can do. Sometimes those words you can't recover from. So, I try my best. Now I'm human. So every now and again, you might get a blow up. I ain't gonna lie.
Every now and
then you might get a blow up. But for the most part, I do try to treat others the way I want to be treated. So
that is awesome. So that means you give and you welcome grace. And I do the same. Now, here's the thing. You can't be late every day.
Not every day.
Every time. Now, you can't do that. But, we all need to be extended grace, not just at work, but at home. Yeah. Extend grace to your spouse. Extend grace to your kids, your coworkers, and all of that stuff. You know what I mean? And I'll say this, and I love it. Man, my kids, shout out to Glow and Matiana and Khalil, because, I try to be the dad of the year. But it's hard to try to be the dad of the year all the time. But man, my kids give me so much grace, in the areas where I might come up short or something like that. But at the same time, guess what their dad do in return? I give them grace. I don't expect for them to be perfect. Me and my kids, we never even argue, because we give each other grace.
Right.
I listen to them, they listen to me, I hear them out, and I just give advice, because I'm the type, once you're grown, I can't tell you what to do.
Right.
I'm just going to try to give you the best information I know from my lens, let you make your decision, and I'm just going to support the decision, even if it's not exactly what I think you should do. I understand you're not a robot.
Right.
So I'm going to give you grace to do what you need to do. And then if you fall, here's the thing. Grace is not, I told you don't do that. That's not grace.
Right.
That's not love. Grace is, you shouldn't have done it that way. I saw you make the mistake, but I'm still going to roll with you. You know what I mean?
We're going to work it out together.
Now, let me tell you something where the grace goes away. Don't eat my leftovers.
Oh, God.
You too, Damali?
That is the worst thing.
Grace done leftovers.
If I got something in the refrigerator that I've been waiting on, I'm at the house at work, and I'm like, okay, when I get home, when I leave the event center, I'm going to go eat whatever it is. And I get in there and it's gone.
There's no grace.
Oh my!
Call the Lord, call Jesus himself.
Now I'm gonna tell you the person that's the worst with this is Angie Walker.
Oh,
I'm putting Angie on the spot.
Don't do Angie like that.
That's my home girl. I love her, but baby, if you take her leftovers, it's a war going on.
So the question is, when is your grace challenged? And I don't know what it is about people leftover.
Right.
You know, they're like, my seasoning had got down in that steak really, really good, and you done ate
spaghetti.
My seasoning had got in that chili, and you ate it. But people ready to fight. Grace is gone with leftovers. What is it about leftovers? They leftovers. You already ate your portion. But it's something about leftovers that you've been thinking about all day.
Man.
And somebody has had the audacity to enjoy your experience against your will.
Before you.
So Damali and Charles does not give. Yes, we do.
We do.
Now, Angie Walker.
Now, that's a question.
You eat her food. She might give you some grace after she fights you.
Right.
I'm telling you that right now.
And be like, I love you anyway.
Angie gonna tell you, I love you, but I'm gonna give you a 2-piece. She got hands, bro. You remember how you said my got hands? Angie Walker got some hands.
She got hands for real. All right, so we have 6 before the hour.
Right.
We're gonna go ahead and give you a couple of events that are coming up.
Right.
You know, really quick. You've heard the drop about Theater North, Nat Turner in Jerusalem. I think that's going to be an excellent play. You guys need to we'll run that drop a little bit later as we wrap up. But also happening in Tulsa, the 13th annual Black Wall Street Heritage and History Festival is going to be happening on Saturday, February the 7th, at the 36th Street North Event Center, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. The theme is Black Thoughts Matter, with special guest speaker Koresh Ali Lenzana. For vendor information, you can contact Ms. Billy Parker at 918-770-6020. This is the one that we want to talk about because we need you guys to support. The Ouachita County Training School and Greater Bradley District Association will host their annual Black History Month program on Saturday, February the 7th at 6:00 p.m. at Word Family Church's Family Life Center in Camden, Arkansas.
Where?
Camden, Arkansas.
One more time.
Camden, Arkansas.
It's like saying Mufasa. Camden, Arkansas. I'm heading home, y'all. Right. I'm excited.
The keynote speaker is going to be our very own Mr. Charles Harper, who is a Bearden, Arkansas native. And so we want to support Charles. There is an opportunity for you guys to do that. This is actually a fundraiser for the historical Black school was in your community.
Right.
They're wanting to restore the gym.
Right.
And so that's what all of the funds are going to be raised for. And so the opportunity now, I believe that it's too late for you to purchase an ad. I said that yesterday, but I think the ad
Give it a try.
Yeah.
Give it a try. You never know. Yeah.
Right.
Grace.
Grace.
Cousin. Give people grace for the ad. So she going to give y'all, or she going to try to give y'all a little bit of grace.
Yeah.
We're going to see what the men of distinctions say about that. But grace, and we talked about it already now.
Right.
Give a little grace.
But you can cash out.
You can cash out.
In support of Charles, you guys can cash app your money to $OCTS 1969.
Right.
Again, $OCTS 1969. You guys can make a donation. No donation is too large or small, but we really want to support Charles. I think this is a great endeavor for this, and it's Black History Month.
It's Black History Month, and it's a Black History program.
Right. It's a Black History program, and you're restoring a historical Black gym that we're trying to, recreate. So, hey, just make a donation.
And I'm not even taking it for granted. I've been in prayer and meditating about this for about a month.
Yes.
And so really, like, you know how you be praying, you meditate, then things start coming, like God starts saying, this is it, this is it. He has started showing me that this is it.
Yes.
And one part of it too, if you got some youth, this morning what I got, bring your youth with you. Because I was a youngster and a youth when I left Arkansas to pursue, my career and then travel and did some things. And
Cousin probably said grace if they hurry.
It be your own people. Yeah, but man, I done had some best friends. I think my uncle and my bro and sister-in-laws and cousin. Donnie gonna pull up. The councilwoman from Pine Bluff, Letitia Brunson, she called me. She said, Charles, if you coming to Arkansas, I'm coming to see your brother and some others from down there. Awesome. And it's some other people coming as well. But we're gonna have a good time. We gonna dance. We gonna eat. I'm gonna say a few things. I ain't gonna stay up for no long time. Yeah. I'm gonna try to shoot out them nuggets. Damali, you gonna come?
I'm coming.
Oh, hold up. The Wake Up team.
The Wake Up
So the news you can use team. We're gonna try to get a couple more of our news you can use people to come with us. So we're gonna have a good time in Camden, Arkansas. We only got 2 minutes now.
Yeah, 2 minutes. So let's real quick. So 2 minutes scholarship opportunity. There's over $770,000 in scholarships for Oklahoma students, open to 9th grade through 12th graders. They're going to test your knowledge on Oklahoma history and geography. You need to register by February 27th at oklahomahof.com. And then EduRec Spring Break Camp is accepting registrations right now. You can call 918-430-3947 or go to edurectulsa.com. You can also sponsor a child, multiple children, or the entire camp. So you can reach out to us at edurectulsa.com for sponsorship information, or you can call Charles or myself. And so tomorrow, our theme is going to be ownership and opportunity.
Ooh, I'm excited already. Yes. Ownership and opportunity. We're going to talk about that thing.
We're going to talk about it. So don't forget, we want you to like our page, to share the show with 5 friends.
Right.
And ask them to like our page. But most importantly, we want you to tune in to the show tomorrow. If you'd like to advertise your events or business on our show, go to nycu.fm and submit an inquiry, and we'll get back with you. And then the last thing I want to say is the views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, affiliates, organizations, committee, or other groups or individuals associated with nycu.fm.
And lastly, if you would like to give to our community wake up, we appreciate y'all. It is a cost to this thing. Go to world1development.com, hit that donate button. One is WON, or Cash App, World One Development. It's been a great show. Great job, Damali. Thank you for Stephen Keys done pulled up on us 3 days in a row. But guess what, y'all? We got to go.
We got to go.
So until next time, we love y'all. Peace out. Have a happy hump day. Share the show, and we'll see you in the morning. Same place, same time, 9 a.m. The Community Wake Up. This has been the Community Wake Up with Charles and
Damali.
We out, y'all.
See y'all tomorrow.
Yep.